Welcome to Maru Review. I started reading manga since high school. That was 12 years ago. Now, I'm also addicted to manhwas. If you are a beginner in reading manhwa or manga, then this recommendation is for you. I decided to make this top 10 list to help readers in finding higher-rated manhwa to guarantee their absolute enjoyment. But if you already read countless manhwa or manga, and you haven't read the manhwa I will mention in this list, then I'm afraid you missed one of the best. Without further ado, let's begin the list. Shout out kay Samsami Morohom Salik. Number 10. Omniscient Reader. Back then, Dokcha had no idea. He had no idea his favorite web novel, 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse, was going to come to life, and that he would become the only person to know how the world was going to end. He also had no idea he would end up becoming the protagonist of this novel turned reality. Now, Dokcha will go on a journey to challenge the curse of the story and save humankind once and for all. If you like manhwa where the characters start off weak to strong, then I highly recommend this one. I am impressed with the growth of the main character, and how he used his knowledge for survival is commendable. Maybe that is one of the reasons why this one is a high-rated manhwa aside from its great art. Number 9. The Breaker New Waves. In the aftermath of the desperate battle between Go Mor-young and the martial art alliance, Shion is no longer a Murim-in, but more assailants continue to pursue him. Through his encounter with Go Mor-young, the bullied boy has grown into a respectable man. However, Shion must learn to survive in this chilly world of Murim without his master. This manga is amazing if you give it some time to warm up, like 70 plus chapter. It is not flashy like the other, but when the time comes, you will really enjoy it. The art is superb, and right now, I just can't wait for the next chapter. Number 8. The Breaker. Shiwon is desperate. He constantly bullied and getting beat up at school by a gang of thugs, and is on verge of suicide. Sick of being weak and helpless, the boy turns to the only person he knows who can help, Chunwoo, a powerful martial artist and also his new teacher. But Chunwoo won't take Shiwon under his wing so easily, and little does the teenage know about his would-be mentor acquired his fighting talents. The plot is excellent and the whole manhwa is awesome. This seems typical martial art manhwa at first, but the main character is easy to like and pretty enjoyable. Number 7. The Legend of the Northern Blade. When the world was plunged into darkness by the Silent Night, martial artists from all over the place gathered to form the Northern Heavenly Sect. With overwhelming strength from the Northern Heavenly Sect, the Silent Night was pushed away and the people began to enjoy peace once more. However, as time passes, the martial artists from the mainland began to conspire against the Northern Heavenly Sect and eventually caused the death of the 4th generation sect leader, Jin Kwan-ho, destroying the sect with it. As everyone left the sect, Jin Kwan-ho's only son, Jin Mo-won, was left behind. Mo-won has never learned anything from martial arts, but he eventually finds the martial art technique secret left behind his father and begins to acquire the martial arts of the Northern Heavenly Sect. Then one day, a mysterious girl appeared before Mo-won. This is a revenge manhwa set in Murim world. You know, with all the sword fight and stuff that you will see in some Chinese movies. It starts off slow just like my first recommendations, but believe me, this is a must-read, so you better check it out. Number 6. Tower of God. Fame, glory, power, anything in your wildest dream is possible when you reach the top of the Tower of God. Those lucky enough to be chosen by the tower ascend each floor in hopes of fulfilling their dreams. But to succeed, they must complete dangerous and deadly tests along the way. But there are others who can enter the structure on their own free will, these irregulars, and feared by many and are said to believe chaos and change in their way. 25th Bam is one of such irregular who begins to climb the Tower of God in hopes of reuniting with his childhood friend Rachel. But as he soon discovers, this perilous path will put him in the crosshair of fierce competitors, untrustworthy rivals, and terrifying monsters, and he might not make it out alive. If you also watch the anime version of this, you might already saw the season 1 of this manhwa. The adventure of our main character is incredible and you will keep wanting for more. If you can't wait for the second season who already have a trailer as of the moment and you want to spoil and annoy your friend just like me, then hurry up and read the manhwa. Number 5. Who Made Me a Princess? From action and adventure, let's jump to some romance. This is one of my favorite manhwa and also one of my first manhwa. I think I've already read this twice or thrice already. It is really good and will surely hook you in its very first chapter. The beautiful Athanasia was killed at the hands of her own biological father, Claude de Alger Abalia, the cold-blooded emperor. It's just a silly bedtime story until one woman wakes up to suddenly find she's become the unfortunate princess. She needs a plan to survive her doomed fate and time is running out. Will she go with plan A, live as quietly as possible without being noticed by the infamous emperor? Plan B, collect enough money to escape the palace, or will she be stuck with plan C, sweet-talking her way into her father's good grace? Number 4. Bastard. Meet Jean, a high school outcast. Why? Because of his glass eyes, poor health, and lack of social skill. How did that happen? Because his father threw him off the side of the building when he was somewhere around 6 years old. Why did his father do that? Because his father is a cold-blooded serial killer without regard of human life. Ever since that incident, Jean had to live in fear of his father and be his accomplice in serial killings, from luring in women to knocking them out so his father could handle the rest. One day, Jean got in trouble at school where a bully kicked his ass so hard his heart stopped beating. But thanks to the new transfer student, Kyun, he could live another day. Unfortunately, Kyun is his father's newest target, so Jean wants to make sure Kyun escapes his father's grasp. If you like thriller manhwa with some romance, then try this one. This manhwa is executed really well. The pacing and the art is just perfect. If you like amazing and unique read with horror story, then this one will never disappoint you. Number 3. Windbreaker. Well, I made a big mistake before in dropping this because the art style is not my type. Good thing someone told me that the art gets better and he was right. Now, I'm just obsessed with this. If you like high school manhwa with awesome friendship and amazing plot, then read this one. Jay's the perfect student. He got straight A's and he's the student body president. But after being coerced into joining the school biking team, the Hummingbird crew, he discovers a whole new world outside of studying. What new adventure will he face outside the comfort of his textbooks? Number 2. The Horizon. Two children unexpectedly met in the midst of a war. After running away from chaos, they come across a long empty road. With no adults to rely on, the two strangers now become friends. Walk alongside each other to see what at the end of the road. All they hope is to keep being able to move forward. Just what kind of trials and tragedy awaits them during their journey for survival. If you're also like me who judge a manhwa with its art first, then you will also love this. Every panel is a masterpiece and the plot is good. It is heartbreaking and beautiful at the same time. I felt a lot of emotions while reading this and the author is just amazing. Kudos to you! Number 1. Solo Leveling. Some of you might already guess my number 1 recommendation. Some say it is overhyped, but for me it is just one of the best. The art and the plot is remarkable, too bad it is already completed. But the good news is, it will be having its anime adaptation. So let's pray that they will give this one some justice. In a world where hunters, humans possess magical abilities, must battle deadly monsters to protect the human race from certain annihilation. A notorious weak hunter named Song Jun-woo finds himself in a seemingly endless struggle for survival. One day, after narrowly surviving an overwhelming power double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party, a mysterious program called the System chooses him as its sole player and in return gives him the extremely rare ability to level up strength possibly beyond any known limits. Jinwoo then set out on a journey as he set to fight against all kinds of enemies, both man and monster, to discover the secret of the dungeons and the true source of his powers. And that's the end of our list. Did you find a good manhwa to read? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more manhwa, manga, or manhwa recommendations. Share this video to your friends or to your family so we can also help them in finding a good manhwa to read. As always, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, let's enjoy reading, and see you on our next video. Bye-bye!